Hey guys, in this video you're going to get to see Ron and Eric's 1965 GTO. It's blue and it's beautiful. Stay tuned because it's coming to you right now. Hey guys, welcome back to After the Smoke Clears 2021.
2021, baby.
Can you believe 2020 is over finally?
Oh my God.
As much as I'm happy we started this in 2020, Mark and I, I'm happy that 2021's here. We've got a lot of film, a lot of videos underneath of our belt now, and we're more comfortable at doing what we do.
Yep. Took a little break there for a couple weeks.
Little hiatus.
Yeah.
But we're rested up and we're ready to hit 2021 off and running. And we're so happy that everybody that is a subscriber, and we appreciate you very much.
Yes.
Please tell all your friends and family about us and ask them to subscribe as well. And please view as many of our videos as you can.
And hit the subscriber button right below. Become a subscriber. Doesn't cost anything to subscribe. Only thing that the hitting the subscribe button do is it notifies you when we post another video. That's all that happens.
That's it.
So please subscribe. We need you guys. We are also having our push to 1,000 subscribers where we have a huge prize package that we're giving away to one winner. And if you want to check that video out and see how you go about entering into that, click on this little video right above my head and it will take you right there.
Well, we're not quite halfway to the 1,000, but we're getting there. It takes time.
That's right.
And we can only do it with your help. So we appreciate you guys, and let's go 2021.
All right, Levi, Eric and Ron, two good friends of yours, becoming two good friends of mine, two great guys. Real quick, tell us how you know Eric and Ron.
So I'm sitting at a gas station one day pumping gas in my work truck, and I look over to the parking spots in front of the gas station, and there's a 65 GTO. And I live around the area. I know every car that drives around here. I'm the nosiest, no good son of a gun you ever met in your life. I can tell you where everybody has a car lives. Never seen this GTO before. And I went over and I stood at the back bumper of this car until that guy came out of the gas station. I said, "Bro, what's up with the GTO?" And he goes, "Why? What's up?" And I said, "This you?" He's like, "Yeah." I said, "Where'd you get this at?" And he kind of went through his story and told me what was going on. He says, "Why? What do you got?" And I said, "I got a 65 Le Mans, and it's got a tri-power." He's like, "Is it green?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "Me and my dad love that car. We've seen it at probably 10 car shows, and we always look for you and never found you to talk to you."
That's cool.
So that's how I met Eric, and it's turned into a really good relationship. We're buddies, and it's been great. So here I am. I get to meet Eric, and we get to park our cars next to each other at car shows, and I beat him in every race I think I've ever raced him in, which is going to embarrass him, but that's what I wanted to do anyways.
Well, I tell you what, meeting Eric and his dad Ron was really cool. Ron's got a great story to tell about how that car came to be. And he gets a little choked up. Well, you get somebody choked up, right?
Almost had both of them crying, so.
Yeah, it's a great story. And they own a great business, and they talk a little bit about their business, and they showed us some of their handiwork, which we're going to share with you guys. And we hope you enjoy it. So stick around because here it comes.
Hi, my name is Ron, and this is my 1965 GTO. So this 1965 GTO is the second iteration of my original car that I had 52 years ago. First car I owned was a 1965 GTO that I bought in 1968, or maybe I should say my father bought in 1968 for me. I had to bribe him by telling him that in order for me to go to college, I was going to need wheels to get there, having freshly graduated out of high school. And he believed it, which was a good thing. And I ended up with a 1965 yellow GTO with a black vinyl top, 389, 4-barrel carburetor that I ended up souping up so I could run at US 30 drag strip with it. The car I bought from my cousin, and my cousin's dad was a good friend of Tony Pyatt, who had a big Pontiac store on Southwestern Avenue, and the car that I got from my cousin was Tony Pyatt's showroom car. So my cousin, I should say my cousin's husband, dad, bought the car from Tony Pyatt. He took care of it, obviously, really well. And in the summer of 1968, after I had graduated, I went to a family outing, and the car pulled up with a for sale sign on it. And I immediately started having heart palpitations when I saw it, and eventually convinced my dad to, yeah, give me this car so I can get to school. And shortly thereafter, I ended up meeting a bunch of other young 18, 19, 20-year-old car enthusiasts. And as a group, we hung out on my buddy Joe's dad's garage on 46th Street, just east of Ashland Avenue. Joe had a 1968 442. Mickey Sleva had a 1965 Pontiac with a 427 engine that we shoehorned into it. I had my 65. We had a guy that had a Duster. We had a guy that had a Super Bee. We had two guys that had Dodge Chargers. And we basically terrorized the entire southwest area of the city of Chicago for somewhere around 18 months. Until, unfortunately, the school part didn't work out, and I dropped out of college in January of 1968, and Uncle Sam sent me a letter requesting my presence in February of 1969. So I left for the Army. My dad wanted me to get rid of the GTO, the original one, and I talked him out of it because I told him I needed for transportation once I got out of basic training. And I did. I came back to Chicago, picked it up, headed back down to El Paso, Texas with it, where it was a big hit, for several months until we got our overseas papers. And then, unfortunately, my thinking was, I don't even know if I'm coming back from this thing, so I ended up selling the 65 to a young lady who convinced her father to sell her brand new 1970 Plymouth Duster and buy my 1965 GTO. So the biggest regret I have is I, of course, at 19 years old, didn't think about keeping any records of that car. And now I don't know whether it's still alive and well and living in somebody's garage somewhere. I wish I knew. However, this second iteration came along a couple of years ago, and I believe the reason that it did was because I talked to both of my sons ad nauseum about the original 1965 GTO, and the older guy decided to shut me up by going out and finding one and picking it up for us so that it became a project for us. The good thing about it was a runner when we got it, which is always you worry about. So the engine was strong, the body needed work, the interior needed work. We did quite a bit of work on it, and it's just about back to perfection right now. It's also a driver. It is not a show car. It wasn't meant to be a show car. We cleaned it up, and now we enjoy driving it around, taking it to car shows. And all I can say is 52 years later, here I am with the same toy that I had when I was 18 years old and loving every minute of it. So for all you guys out there that think you don't know if you want to do this, do it. You'll never regret it. Hi, my name is Ron, and this is my 1965 GTO. And that's why I'm a car guy.
So at 18 years old, there was no way I'd be able to afford a car like this. So I just kept it in my back pocket. I continued to look and look over the years. I never said a word to my dad about it because I didn't even think it was going to be something that could be possible. So I just kept looking and kept looking. As the years went along, I made different moves and certain decisions in my life that made a little bit more money and started my own business. And I continued to keep looking as I was doing this. Again, never mentioning any of this to my father because it was, again, something that I would like to surprise him with, or I would never be able to do it anyway. And sure enough, the opportunity arose in 2015. I looked online and happened to catch one that was for sale in Connecticut. Just before that, about a week or so, I found another one that was all in parts and pieces, which I wouldn't mind doing that, but I think that was just too much for me and my dad to conquer or take over for ourselves. Because this is something that I wanted to do with him together, to make memories and to just have for me and him to do. So about a week before I got the car, I happened to ask him, hey, if this ever happened, wouldn't this be so awesome? And wouldn't you want to get more of a car that we can work on, right? Not something that's just show ready, right? And he says, well, yeah, I would love to do that kind of stuff, and that would be really cool if we could do that. Well, okay, cool, I just thought I'd ask, you never know, years down the road and all that kind of spiel. So I go to the bank to get this kind of worked out. They start speaking to the customer that I was going to buy the car from, and it turns out that there were 4 people that were trying to get this car before I did. Sure enough, their monies didn't go through. This had to be a money transfer that was done, and I'm not going to get too far into that, but mine did go through, and lo and behold, here we are. We have this beautiful 1965 Pontiac GTO. It came in almost great condition. It was in good condition, but it wasn't great. That's what I wanted. I wanted something that ran. That was the biggest deal to me, was something that drove, because that's going to be the hardest stuff or the more expensive stuff to take care of, and I wanted him to drive it right away. This wasn't a, hey, I got a project car, Dad, I would like to work on this for 4 years before we get a chance to even try it. No, I wanted to drive it right then and there, and then put our own 2 stuff into it if we wanted to. So when I got it, it only really had a couple little dings and dangs on it. It had a rip in the seat. The car did not have a tri-power on it. It just had a 4-barrel. It's a 389 4-speed. It had a few bells and whistles and a few things added to it, but nothing really crazy. It just drove, and it was a strong driver. So once I got it here at nighttime. It came on a trailer that carried multiple vehicles on it. The guy came at night, pulled the car off. I was so happy when I turned the key and it started, because I'd hate to say this, but I didn't go see the car before I bought it. I know everyone's gonna hate me for that, but I didn't. I just went on a whim, praying that this was gonna be what I wanted it to. And that the bottom of the car wasn't rusted out. Like we all know, you get the frame and you get this, and the car is total junk because it doesn't have a good frame on it, and you're doing a total restore from the frame up. Well, that was not the case. The car actually was in decent condition. So I get the car, I get it off, I get it in here, and then the next day, I think it was, because we had to do this quick, just in case he showed up, which that would have been pretty insane if he did and I didn't know it. So, pulled the car in, called him and told him my garage door wasn't working, and I needed his help to help get the door up. I had my mom here, a few friends, and lo and behold, he got out, and I pulled the garage door open, and the look on his face was priceless. It was exactly what I wanted it to be, exactly how I wanted it to go. He was so happy, he didn't even know what to say or do. Neither do I. It was the most amazing moment of probably my life, other than my children being born. Yeah, it was great. It was just the best thing ever. He got in it and drove away. And here we are with this car now, after we've restored it When we, about a year after, maybe a half a year or so, of just kind of driving it a little bit, we gutted the car. 2016, I think it was, we took everything out of it, we took the seats out, and we started our journey on what I was hoping for. Me and him working on the car. So we gutted everything, we took the seats out, we took the carpet out, we got everything out of it, cleaned it, brought it to somebody to then paint the car, because we don't have a paint booth, and we wanted it to be done professionally, not just me and him rattle-canning it. So we took it somewhere. Gentleman's name's Gino. He painted the car and gave his own little touch to it. So it's got a double sparkle actually in it. It's got a light sparkle to it in a midnight blue, so it may look black, but it's actually dark blue. It's got a double sparkle in it that's got a little bit more to that sparkle, so you can see it a little bit more in the sun. We then got new upholstery, got everything taken care of in there. We got a tri-power made by one of our great friends that works on these cars. He knows another gentleman that's father works on these cars, and he helped us get the tri-power and the other engine stuff going that we needed to. Not every, all of it we understood or could take care of at the time. So we just had somebody work on some of the engine stuff. My father then continued to get some other goodies, some new bumpers and things like that, instead of just replating them, because it was pretty much the same cost and the same amount of time, if not more, to get them plated, than to just get some new stuff. New trim, try to keep some stuff original that we could, so it still has some class to it and some style, but yeah, a lot of this has all been refurbished and redone, and it is looking pristine at this point right now. Love it. So also here at Rickson Graphics, one of our greatest features that we do offer is, again, the vehicle wraps for your business. The cost effectiveness when it comes to wrapping your vehicle compared to other forms of advertisement and radio or television is fractions of the penny. A wrap like this would probably cost anyone between $2,900 to $3,800, and that is a one-time payment that you would make, not a monthly fee like it would cost you for anything else when you do radio advertisement or television advertisement or newspaper advertisement. It is a one-time fee that is now a moving billboard that usually gets over 10,000 people a day seeing it. So that price point is extremely good for what you get out of the wrap. Most wraps last about 9 years with them laminated. So you're going to get 9 years out of this vehicle that would cost $3,300. I mean, it's a no-brainer if you ask me. Once again, it's a moving billboard too, so not when you see the ones on the side of the highway that cost $10,000 a month to $5,000 a month are only there for the same people that see that billboard every single day. The moving billboard gets to different areas all the time. It's in different neighborhoods, different people see it, and it's the same amount of people that see it. It's just different people that see it all the time. It's just the same people driving on the same road.
So what did you think of that video? Is that not a great story? The love of a kid who loves his dad and loves the story of, well, loves the aggravating story of how cool his dad was with his 65 GTO, and goes out and buys his dad a 65 Goat. What a great guy.
Yeah. How cool would it be to have the person who owns his old GTO see this video and somehow reach out to us and say, hey, I think I have that car. That would be really cool to be able to introduce him to that car and just let him know where it's at, what condition it's in, and how much love somebody's giving it over the years. I think that would be really cool.
What we got to do is find that one girl out there in Texas.
Maybe she's there. And then the other cool thing was their shop and the business that they have. I mean, I'm kind of a sign guy from the past, you're a sign guy in your past.
Yeah.
And here's a sign shop that does great work, and they do these wraps on business vehicles and also on personal vehicles. That is just crazy cool looking. And we wish these guys a lot of success in their business. And anybody that needs to have that done to their personal vehicle or a business vehicle, these are the guys. And I will put a link right here of how you can get in touch with those guys, Ron and Eric.
Yep. That BMW that they did was just out of this world. They did a great job on
It was
it.
sick. It
And what a cool car. Can't believe how fast that little Beamer is.
Yeah, and that the kid that owned it, Corey.
I think so.
Yeah, Corey. He was a cool kid too, and some of the touches that he put in on that car were incredible. Louis Vuitton laser etched headlights. I mean, who does that? Who goes into that much detail on their little BMW? It was really cool. And it was a nice tribute to their friend. Unfortunately, their friend took his own life, and they had a little bit of a tribute on there. And I thought that was kind of cool that they were paying homage to a close friend.
To a buddy.
Yeah, to a
So yeah, we loved Eric and we loved Ron's. Sorry, I keep on saying Eric's GTO. I always see Eric driving a GTO, so I say Eric's. It's really Ron's car, but someday it will be Eric's. You know, hopefully in about 50 years when Ron passes away.
Yeah, maybe another 100.
Yeah. So, but you know, we love his car. I see it all the time at car cruises. He cruises with me out to like Pontiac and different cruises that we do, and now they're great people.
Yeah, really. And you know, beautiful car. The car looks black. It's not. It's a very, very deep blue. Interior looks fantastic. The paint job looks fantastic.
Yeah.
It's a very, very cool car. Nice job on the motor, making that look good. It's just a cool guy.
Threw the tri-power in it, and same guy that painted Eric's car is the same guy whose name is Gene, and Gene painted my car also.
Oh, really? I
Yeah.
don't know that I knew that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So great guy that painted the car, did a nice job. It is a gorgeous car.
Yeah. Gorgeous car and two really cool guys that I get to call my friends.
So you guys know the next video that's coming up that we're doing is on.
It is a 1979 Chrysler Cordova. Believe it or not, we don't have Ricardo Montalban here to talk about the Corinthian leather seats, but we'll definitely show you the Corinthian leather seats and the rest of the cool stuff on this car and how we came to acquire it. It's a pretty cool story, so you don't want to miss it. Next episode.